Lesson 157. Toy. What was your favourite toy when you were a child?
My favourite toy when I was a child was a toy dog.
Attempt. Mountaineer. If you attempted to learn another language at the same time as English, do you think you'd get confused?
No, if I attempted to learn another language at the same time as English, I don't think I'd get confused.
Was Mount Everest conquered at the first attempt?
No, Mount Everest wasn't conquered at the first attempt. Many mountaineers attempted to climb it before it was finally conquered.
Bow. Bow. Bow tie. Rainbow. Do men sometimes have to wear bow ties on very formal occasions?
Yes, men sometimes have to wear bow ties on very formal occasions.
What two things do we need for a rainbow to appear?
We need sunshine and drops of water in the atmosphere for a rainbow to appear.
Name a country where it's common to bow when you're introduced to someone in a formal situation.
Japan is a country where it's common to bow when you're introduced to someone in a formal situation.
Stove. Run on. What can we use a stove for, and what can it run on?
We can use a stove for heating or for cooking, and it can run on gas, electricity, wood, etc.
Cupboard. What kind of things do people keep in their kitchen cupboards?
People keep food, plates, cups, glasses, etc. in their kitchen cupboards.
Current. Who is the current leader of the government in this country?
The current leader of the government in this country is the Prime Minister.
Awkward. Is it quite normal to feel awkward during job interviews?
Yes, it's quite normal to feel awkward during job interviews.
Do you find some corkscrews awkward to use?
Yes, I find some corkscrews awkward to use.
What has been the most awkward moment of your life? That is, the most embarrassing moment.
The most awkward moment of my life, that is, the most embarrassing moment, was when I forgot the name of my close friend.
Well. What do we call a hole in the ground from which we get water?
We call a hole in the ground from which we get water a well.
Fan. What am I doing?
You're fanning yourself with your book.
Is there an electric fan in this room?
No, there isn't an electric fan in this room.
Are you a fan of any football club?
Yes, I'm a fan of a football club.
Goat. Horn. Rocky. Hillside. Tell me something about goats, please.
Goats have two horns and a beard. They give milk. They often live on mountains or rocky hillsides, etc.
Pinch. What am I doing?
You're pinching your arm.
What does it mean in a recipe when it says, add a pinch of salt?
When it says add a pinch of salt in a recipe, it means that you should add a small amount of salt, the amount you can hold between your finger and thumb.
Propose. What's the difference between I propose going and I propose to go?
The difference between I propose going and I propose to go is that I propose going means the same as I suggest that we go, whereas I propose to go means I intend to go.
Give me an example of propose followed by a gerund, please.
Charles proposed moving the staff to a larger office, but the idea was not popular with the other managers.
Give me an example of propose followed by an infinitive, please.
When I finish this job, I propose to take a long holiday.
Total. Billion. What's the total population of the world?
The total population of the world is about 6.8 billion.
Swing. Swung. Swung. To and fro. What am I doing?
You're swinging your pen to and fro, holding it between your finger and thumb.
What's my pen doing?
Your pen's swinging to and fro.
Funny. Give me an example of the word funny with the meaning of strange, please.
When I arrived in the village, I had a funny feeling I'd been there before.
Crossword. Jigsaw. Puzzle. Where do we often see crossword puzzles printed?
We often see crossword puzzles printed in newspapers.
If you wanted to do a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, would you need a big table to spread out all the pieces on?
Yes, if I wanted to do a 500-piece jigsaw puzzle, I'd need a big table to spread out all the pieces on.
Accompany. Do very young children have to be accompanied by an adult when they fly on an aeroplane?
Yes, very young children have to be accompanied by an adult when they fly on an aeroplane.
Swear. Before giving evidence in a court of law, does a witness have to swear to tell the truth?
Yes, before giving evidence in a court of law, a witness has to swear to tell the truth.
Strip. Stripe. Undress. What's another word for undress?
Another word for undress is strip.
What am I about to do?
You're about to tear a strip of paper out of your book.
Do you think clothes with vertical stripes make people look slimmer?
Yes, I think clothes with vertical stripes make people look slimmer.
Balloon. Burst. Burst into tears. What am I pretending to do?
You're pretending to blow up a balloon and burst it.
What does the expression burst into tears mean?
The expression burst into tears means to start crying suddenly.
Give me an example, please.
The little boy burst into tears when he realized his toy was broken.
Swell. Swelled. Swelled. Or swell. Swelled. Swollen. Swelling. What usually happens to that area of the body where a bee or some other insect has stung us?
That area of the body where a bee or some other insect has stung us usually swells up or becomes swollen.
What do we do with the swelling?
We either do nothing and wait for it to go away by itself, or we put something on it, like a cream or something.
What are the three forms of swell?
The three forms of swell are swell, swelled, swelled, or swelled, swelled, swollen.
What happens when a river swells and bursts its banks?
When a river swells and bursts its banks, the surrounding land becomes flooded.